Welcome back, our dear viewers, to our financial markets show. As we promised, we are getting straight into our one of our top gainers, which is Centum Investment. I'm Gloria, together with
Victor.
Exactly. So we want to look at how Centum Investment performed as of yesterday on the USE. Victor, could you tell us about the company's journey and how it's currently standing on the market?
Absolutely. Well, Centum Investment is indeed an interesting stock, and it has been listed on the Uganda Securities Exchange since February, and that is as of 10th 2011, and it is known for the ticker symbol CENT or CENT. Diving right into it, Centum has come a long way since its listing, and its journey is an intriguing one. It's considered one of the valuable stocks on the Uganda Stock Exchange, currently holding the 13th position with a market capitalization of 150 billion. In terms of market share, it makes up about 0.928% of the Uganda Stock Exchange equity market.
That's quite impressive, Victor. And now we noticed that our Centum Investment has seen its shares up with ups and downs. Actually, it's currently trading at 225.04 Ugandan shillings for share, but it wasn't long ago that we saw a significant drop. On July 16th 2023, it actually closed at 236.25 Ugandan shillings per share, making a 23.5% drop from its previous closing price of 308.81 Ugandan shillings. So what's your take on the price fluctuations?
Well, you've brought up a crucial point, Gloria, and Centum's share price has indeed been through some turbulent times and experiencing both surges and drops, and it's important to understand the factors driving these fluctuations, because in this particular case, we're looking at market sentiment, financial performance, and external factors that can play a really significant role. So I think we should explore what might have contributed to these recent changes.
Great idea, Victor, but it's just not about the recent fluctuations, actually. So over the past year, we have seen Centum lose around 25.1% of its value, and it's down by 8.99% year to date. So when raises questions about the company's overall performance and where it is headed. So what's your opinion on Centum's long-term prospects?
Well, a company's long-term performance is a crucial aspect for investors. So we need to look beyond the stock price and delve into Centum's financial health. Its business strategies and its potential growth areas also have to be included within this particular basket. But this would help us form a more comprehensive view of its future prospects. And also, Gloria, let's not forget the role of leadership in a company's performance. Centum's Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director James Mwiringi Moria has been at the helm since 2008. So leadership can have a significant impact on a company's direction. But otherwise, what do you think?
I completely agree, Victor. Leadership actually plays a vital, pivotal role in the company's success. So if Mr. Moria was tenure and has seen Centum through many changes, and his vision was likely influenced the company's strategic decisions. So I think we should actually explore the strategies implemented by Centum under his leadership.
Absolutely. Actually, looking at the past trading history and providing insights into investor behavior and market dynamics, the fluctuations we've seen in Centum's share price over the years can be linked to various events and trends. And we're looking at analyzing these factors that would give us more comprehensive understanding of Centum's market journey.
Well said, Victor. And as we dig deeper into Centum's investment history, we should also consider the broader economic landscape. So how has the environment in Uganda and even in the East African region influenced towards the company's performance?
Well, the macroeconomic factors are indeed significant, and Uganda's economic policies. We're looking at regional trade dynamics, and even global economic trends can impact a company's performance, regardless of the stock exchange that they fall within. But we should investigate whether Centum's fortunes are tied to these larger factors.
Great, Victor. And as for our viewers, Uganda's economic landscape can actually be influenced by its own neighboring countries like Kenya and Tanzania. So I'm curious to see if Centum has any regional exposure on how it affects its operations and consequently its stock market performance.
Great point. Very great point. Actually, regional dynamics are worth exploring. Furthermore, with 665 million shares outstanding, and Centum has actually a substantial number of shares in this market, and understanding how this affects liquidity, shareholder structure, and the potential for a dilution is essential. Let's discuss these aspects in detail.
Excellent, Victor. Liquidity in particular can be crucial for our investors. It impacts the ease of buying and selling shares, so which is a major consideration for traders and long-term investors alike. So it's another aspect of Centum's performance that we need to dissect.
And when we talk about stocks on the exchange, we can't forget the role of dividends. Has Centum been paying dividends to its shareholders? And if so, how does the dividend yield compare to other stocks on the Uganda Stock Exchange?
Absolutely, Victor. Dividends can be a significant part of the stock's appeal, especially for income and investors. So it's worth analyzing Centum's dividend history and its yield. We should also provide our viewers with a comprehensive view of this aspect. What do you think?
Well, as we continue to delve into this financial story, let's not forget about the bigger picture. And the performance of companies on the stock exchange can often be a reflection of the broader market trends. Have there been any specific market trends or events that have influenced Centum investment?
That's a crucial point you raise, Victor. So external market factors have a profound impact on the individual stocks. To provide our viewers with a holistic view, actually, we should definitely explore how Centum's fortunes have been intertwined with the market trends and economic events.
Gloria, the stock market is dynamic and it is a pretty complex environment, and it's a sum of various parts, and we need to consider all those parts to present a comprehensive picture to our viewers. I'm excited to dig deeper into Centum Investments journey and provide a well-rounded perspective.
Exactly, and thank you for those pure insights, Victor, on Centum Investment. But moving on to our bottom losers, we have Kenya Airways. It's actually a significant player in the aviation industry, Victor. So this airline's journey is quite interesting, isn't it?
Well, looking at Kenya Airways, they have remarkable history that dates back to 1977 when it was first incorporated by the government of Kenya, and it's a journey marked by privatization, partnerships, and even the honor of a blue chip status. But did you know that it's listed on the Uganda Stock Exchange as well?
Oh,
so let's explore this journey in more detail.
I can't wait to dive into this, Victor. So let's talk about Kenya Airways privatization journey. It's not something that you see every day. In 1995, 26% of the company's shares were sold to KLM Royal Dutch Airlines, marking the start of its privatization journey. So what do you make out of these early developments?
Well, it's a significant step, Gloria, and partnering with KLM Royal Dutch Airlines was a strategic move that would have had a profound impact on Kenya Airways. Let's explore how this partnership unfolded and its effects on the airline's trajectory.
Absolutely, and in the following year, Kenya Airlines took another historic step by launching an initial public offering, the IPO. So it was the largest share offering in Kenya's history, and it's oversubscribed by a whopping 82%. Now that's quite remarkable, don't you think?
Indeed, and it's a testament to the faith of investors and what their expectations from this airline's potential. And we need to look into the dynamics of this IPO and the subsequent journey Kenya Airways embarked on as a publicly traded company.
Exactly, and discussing the achieving blue chip status, which was an accomplishment, it actually reflects positively on Kenya Airways performance. So it's essential for investors to understand what this means and how it benefits them.
Well, moving to the presence on the Uganda Stock Exchange, Kenya Airways has been trading there since March 28th, 2002, trading under the ticker symbol KA, and it's the 8th most valuable stock on the exchange. But with a market capitalization of 545 billion Ugandan shillings, this accounts for about 3.38% of the entire Uganda Securities Exchange equity market. But this is quite an achievement, isn't it?
It is, Victor, and being on the top stocks of the USA is no small feat. But it's actually fascinating to see how the cross-listing strategy contributes to Kenya Airlines' broader plan to be a major player in Africa. So we could discuss the strategic implications, Victor, of this decision.
Well, looking at its current share performance, it's trading at 95.95 Ugandan shillings, and it's essential for investors and potential investors to understand how it's been performing recently. And for instance, it has seen a 0.24% drop. And what factors could be contributing to this fluctuation?
Well, Victor, share performance is a topic that always draws attention, and we need to explore the factors driving these fluctuations, from market trends to the company's financial health. So understanding this will be a key for investors actually to know and get involved with Kenya Airlines. And
we should also analyze that the airline's growth and valuation metrics are like earnings per share, price earnings ratio. We're looking at dividend per share and dividend yield, and these are all equally crucial. They can tell us about its financial health as well as the returns investors can expect.
Well said, Victor. And these metrics actually provide valuable insights for investors, helping them to make informed decisions. Also, with these 5.68 billion shares outstanding, we need to discuss the implications for the liquidity and shareholding structure. So how could these shares affect the structure of the market there?
Well, looking at not forgetting, actually, that's a very excellent point, and liquidity is essential for investors to consider. Actually, for those looking to buy or sell shares, we should provide a detailed analysis of how the number of outstanding shares impacts liquidity.
And let's not forget about the dividend, Victor. Are investors receiving dividends from Kenya Airways, or if so, how their dividend yield compared to other stocks on the USA? We should actually dive into the dividend history and what it means for the shareholders.
Well, dividends are often a significant part of a stock, and many investors rely on them for income. So understanding Kenya Airways' dividend history and comparing it to market averages will be really insightful
for our viewers. And lastly, actually, we should share and examine how Kenya Airlines has been influenced by the broader economic and regional environment. So the aviation industry can be deeply impacted by economic trends and regional dynamics. So what are the factors that could have affected Kenya Airlines' journey?
Well, spot on. The aviation industry doesn't operate in a vacuum. So it is closely tied to regional and global economic conditions. So analyzing how the Kenya Airways has navigated these external influences will provide our viewers with a comprehensive view.
Exactly, and the story of Airlines actually is undoubtedly an intriguing one. From privatization to blue chip status, cross-listing, and market performance. So there is much to explore from Kenya, and I'm eager to uncover the details and to provide our viewers with a comprehensive understanding.
Well, this aviation giant is not just an airline, it is a significant player in the stock market. So understanding the journey of their performance is not only informative, but also essential for anyone looking to invest or trade in its shares.
Thank you, Victor, for those insights from Kenya Airlines in Uganda. So that's what's our wrap-up summary from the Uganda Stock Exchange. Allow us to move to the Nairobi Stock Exchange and see the market performance from there. So according to yesterday's trading activities, we saw quite an eventful day. What do you have to say, Victor?
Well, as you've said, there were pretty impressive figures. And starting with the basics, at the end of the trading session, we saw a whopping 953,200 shares traded in 930 deals. And this all amounted to a market value of 264,337,554.00 Kenyan shillings.
That's quite a substantial amount, Victor. And compared with the previous trading day, we have witnessed actually a 232% increase in volume, or 252% surge in turnover, and an 8% uptick in the number of deals. Now, let's look at the market dynamics.
Absolutely. Actually, investors seem to be actively participating, and numbers reflect a vibrant trading environment. So the current market capitalization of the Nairobi Securities Exchange still stands at 1.46 trillion Kenyan shillings.
Impressive figures, Victor. Then diving into the individual equities that traded yesterday, out of the 45 NSE listed equities that participated in trading, we observed 13 gainers and 24 losers.
Quite a mixed bag there. And we are looking at Kenya Power and Lighting Company that took the lead among the gainers, experiencing a 6.34% share price appreciation, closing at 1.51 Kenyan shillings per share. And following closely, we're seeing East African breweries with a price appreciation of 3.85%. And of course, let's not forget East African breweries is also among the gainers on the Uganda Securities Exchange. So that is quite some movement. And then we're looking at Olympia Capital Holdings with a 3.33% price appreciation, as well as Home Africa with a 3.23% price appreciation.
And it's always fascinating to see how these stocks are making strides on the market. So on the flip side, we actually saw Express Kenya at the bottom list with around 8.75%. End of day price depreciation of around 3.65 shillings per share. So we had Ever Ready East Africa, we had Sasini Tea and Coffee and Uchumi Supermarket that also experienced notable losses.
Now, talking about volume leaders, we're seeing Safaricom that took the crown with the highest volume of 11 million traded shares. Followed closely was Equity Group Holdings with 1.55 million Kenyan shillings. We're looking at Umeme with 775,200 Kenyan shillings. And we're also looking at Kenya Reinsurance Corporation that also closed the session with 638,500 traded shares.
Interesting, and these are actually impressive numbers, Victor, especially from Safaricom. Now, turning our attention to the market indices, the NSE All Share Index actually closed at 93.24 with a marginal decrease of 0.02 points, which is the same as 0.02% depreciation. And over the past week, we have seen a gain of 0.26%, but over the past 4 weeks, there has been a 5.03% loss, and the year-to-date loss stands at around 26.85%.
It's interesting to note the fluctuations, Gloria. And other indices that caught our attention were the Nairobi Securities Exchange 10 Share Index, which saw a 0.46% increase today and a 1.96% gain over the week, but as a 4.05% loss year to date. And then looking at the Nairobi Securities Exchange 20 Share Index that had a slight dip of 0.03% today, and a marginal gain of 0.02% over the week, and we're looking at an 11.25% loss year to date. And finally, looking at the Nairobi Securities Exchange 25 share index, which closed at 0.07% increase and a 1.02% gain over the week, bringing all this to a 21.4% loss year to date.
And these indices actually give us a comprehensive view of the market trends. It's also a dynamic landscape out there. Now, Victor, looking at what the factors that could have contributed to the significant moves in the market.
Well, there are always multiple factors that play, and we're looking at economic indicators, we're looking at company performance, global market trends, we're seeing investor sentiment, and all of these largely contribute to the EBB and the flow of the stock market. So today's numbers suggest a certain level of volatility, and investors should keep a close eye on these trends as they make their investment decisions.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that the stock market is actually influenced by a multitude of factors, and it's crucial for investors to stay informed. So what do you have any questions concerning the NSE market as of yesterday?
Well, particularly I would want to throw some light on the particular companies that showed remarkable performance, and in this case we are going to look at East African breweries, because it is raising eyebrows on its performance, as it is a cross-listed equity, so its performance on both markets is really taking all the investors' attention. But East African breweries is actually a Kenya-based holding company, and the manufacturers branded alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, and along with its subsidiary companies, we're looking at East African Breweries Limited, involving itself in marketing, brewing, manufacturing, selling drinks, glass containers, malt, and barley. But before we continue into the actual numbers and digits and detailed performance advice, we would like to go into a short break, and we'll be right back with more details from this entity.
Smart 24, driving business.